Hello everyone, welcome to Tesla Shree channel, and this is Shree. It's about 5 a.m. here in Houston, Texas, and Tesla just released FSD Beta version 10.3 to everyone with a safety score of 99 and above, and I have been on 99 from a couple of days now, so I finally received the 10.3 update. So let's take a look and see what I've got here. So as you see in the software version details, it's 2021.36.5.2, and then you see the early access program FSD Beta 10.3, and these are all the release notes that come with version 10.3. Looks really promising, and we can see the full self-driving beta visualizations here that was added as part of beta. So I didn't have this before, and I'm really excited to see how this would look like. So let's go ahead and turn it on from my profile, and make sure you guys turn it on when you receive it, because by default it is turned off for your profile. So let's go to autopilot, and then you see the new button that shows up, full self-driving beta. So I'll go ahead and say yes to that, and here it gives you a quick text to read through. Do you want to enable FSD while it is in limited beta? Of course I do. I'm looking forward to it, so I'll just go ahead and say yes. So for now I'll change the full self-driving beta profile to average and see how that works. And it says in this profile your Model 3 will have medium follow distance and may perform rolling stops. So with that enabled, there's also one more thing you'll have to enable if you want to look at the visualization, that is the expanded full self-driving visualization. So I've already turned that on, so make sure you turn both of them on before you head out for a drive. So with those two turned on, let's take it for a spin and see how full self-driving beta performs. So you are looking at the full self-driving visualizations. I put in a destination to one of the parks close by. Let's see how full self-driving beta version 3 10.3 does. I'm waiting on a turn signal to make a left, so, and my FSD is enabled, so it sees the green light. It is making the turn all by itself. It's pretty great. Probably to go a little slower. I feel it likes to drive a little aggressive than I've been driving, so I'll keep it a little slow. And I'm doing this drive a little early in the morning, so it's slowing down for, I think, the pedestrian sign, crosswalk sign. It slowed down and then picked it back up. I am making sure to keep my hands on the wheel, and also keep my eyes focused on the road, so that I'll be ready to take over for anything. So I need to make a right in the ahead, so it got me to the right lane. So I'll set my following distance to 4 just to be sure. And with beta, your following distance can't be more less than 2, so it has to be between 2 and 7. So let's see how it does on the right turns here. It is slowing down. see, there is a car there. Okay, it's creeping forward, and then it did it. It got me to the lane. It had to get on the ramp there, so it missed that. So I think we'll probably be taking, it'll reroute me to the next entrance, I think. But yeah, it did miss the ramp, which was because it was right as soon as you made the right turn, there was the ramp to get on, so it missed that. So I do see it rerouted me to take the ramp in a mile. So let's see if how it does there. So it is slowing down for the light. Alright, so there's green, so it started going. And it doesn't need confirmation anymore for green, for you to go through a green light. But with standard FSD, you do need confirmation, so that's a good change. So you see what is coming, where it will follow through traffic lights without your intervention. And I do see at night it likes to have the high beam on so that it has better visibility. I think it has been doing that quite proactively now. So my entrance is coming up in about 0.1 mile. It needs to take me to the left lane. Let's see. So it did turn on the blinker, got me to the leftmost lane. It asked me to apply pressure, but I am holding steering wheel pretty tight. So yeah, just make sure you have it. Let me increase the speed a bit here. It has to merge me over. Just making sure. So it got me. It's a truck pretty close to me, so I just want to avoid that. So as soon as I got on the highway, it's standard full self-driving. So it got me back to the usual visualizations that I used to see before. So that is interesting because again, I just got the beta, so I don't know how it performs. So it did ask me to confirm lane change. Let me slow down a bit here because I need to make another lane change. So I think on the highway part, it's still all the same, where it's the standard full self-driving that is available to everyone now who has got the full self-driving package. So my exit again is coming up in 0.3 miles. So I think it will kick in the beta version again as soon as I exit out. And then we'll see the visualization change. So I'm taking the exit here, and then there you go. Immediately it changed the visualization to full self-driving beta version. Now it should take me automatically to my destination. So let me slow down a bit here. And then it got me out of the lane, because that was turning into on-ramp for the highway. So I need to make a left turn at the light. So Let's see how it does, because there are 3 left lanes here and I'm in the center lane. So let's see if it maintains the center lane. And there is also a car in front of me, so hopefully it'll follow it. This looks great so far. I mean, this is really exciting. I've been looking forward to this, and I'll just be a little careful here because there's a car right. Oops. So it did started going forward a bit, so I took over, but no worries. I made the left turn and then I'm back in autopilot. So yeah, this is still the beta version, so if you have the beta version, just be really careful because it is still learning as it goes. And then if there's something that it misses, there's a video button here which you can click, and that will send the recorded video to them for them to review. So I just hit that button because it missed the left turn there. So hopefully that'll give them some feedback they're looking for. And they mentioned that you won't be able to review the footage it sends, but it does send it to them, to Tesla for review. So yeah, if you're on the beta program, just make sure you keep providing feedback if you notice anything, because that's how they will improve the system. So it does go pretty close, and for the safety score, which I'll talk about more in a video, how I got the beta version, and the safety score for that, I used to follow a lot more distance from the car ahead of me. So it is a little, you just need to be really careful. So let me cancel out of this and let me change my destination, and let's see how it does. It started taking me to the leftmost lane because I need to make a left turn here. Wow, that's impressive. So let me back up a bit. So what happened there was, I think I changed my destination. So it got me so I changed my destination, so it wanted to make a left turn there. So that's why it immediately got me to the leftmost lane. So that was great. I mean, for it to do that immediately, wow, it was amazing. So it sees the red light, and I do see it's highlighting this, the left turn, the light for the left turn. So maybe it is tracking that and giving precedence over the other 3 lights, which is something different I noticed. So it got the green light, it is making the turn. So it did a little slow turn, and I see that was my issue there. My speed was set to 10 less, so I think that's why I did a little slower turn. So when you engage autopilot, it picks up the speed you're currently on sometimes. So it just did that. Oh wow. Okay, it got confused. It's okay. So yeah, that can happen. So it got confused. And let me send the feedback right there. So it is, I think it's trying to make a right turn here. This is pretty, it did a pretty fast turn. I would not have done that. But that's another reason I started off a little early today, so that I am used to how it performs. And then so it is doing inner city driving now. So I was saying I am driving around 6:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning, so there's hardly anyone on the street, but I'm in Houston, so it gets pretty busy here. So it needs to make a left turn on the stop here. Let's see how it does. Okay. So it's checking for visibility. I think what happens is if there are no street lights, it struggles a bit on the streets where there are no street lights. So it is trying, and it goes a little slower than usual. So I need to make a left here again. So there's a red light. I would have been a little towards the left. It's more centered now. And as you see, I'm in the center. So it's green. And this does have a yield on it. So if there's anyone coming from the other side, I would expect it to, stop and yield for them. So the left one was pretty good. I mean, that was great. The right back there was a little too sharp for me. So there's another right coming up. So let's see how it does. So I am holding on the steering. So there's no one there, so it did make a right turn, and it got me there. Oh wow, I didn't even notice a person, and then it detected it. That's great. So the speed limit here is 20. I think it picked it up because of a school zone sign it probably saw. But it does allow me to go above 30. So stop all the way, stop, checked. Then there's no one there. So as and when I get comfortable with Beta, I'll start driving with it with more traffic. And this drive was just a test drive with less busy hour.
3, 4.
So this is the... Okay. I don't see anyone coming. I think it should have gone. I think it's stopping for other cars. I'm not sure if I'm too ahead. So I'll wait for it a bit. If it doesn't like to go, I'll probably take over here. So it saw another car coming in, so it stopped. Now it'll go probably. Come on, come on. So I did take over because it didn't like it there. So I turned it back on, and it should take me to the highway on ramp. I think it was getting a little too close to comfort, so I'll just merge it for it and turn it on. Oh, there's a major crash here, so a lot of cops, and that whole freeway is blocked out. So I think there are a lot of people coming, exiting out and then getting back on here. So as we saw earlier, I think it should go back to regular full self-driving visualization as soon as we enter the ramp here. So there you go, it changed it, then got me to the highway. So we'll pick it back up once I'm close to exiting. So we are back on the exit lane. So as soon as it takes an exit, it should bring me back to the beta version, and the visualization should change. There we go. And I'll have to make a left turn. So it got me to the next lane, and then it will make the left turn from there. So it does turn on the blinkers automatically whenever you need to make a turn. So I think with this version, all you're doing is just making sure it does what it's supposed to, and have your hands always on the wheel, and just make sure you're ready to take over whenever required. And if you notice any issues with the turns or anything else, just make sure you report it to them. So it is getting a little bit confused because there were two left lanes. I think that's where it struggles a bit, but it did fine now. It did a lot better now on this left lane. So this drive was really good, a great experience to see something like this. Available in a daily use car. So this was great.